Over the past 2 years, the pandemic has taken a toll on pretty much everyone, and there's no doubt it has profoundly affected American children, from disruptions to their care to their school settings. And now a new study is shedding light on COVID's impact on our kids' mental health. Correspondent Marky Martin is live in Dallas to break down a new CDC report. And Marky, it's focused on American teens, and it shows the pandemic wreaked major havoc on their mental health.
It did, Nicole. We're talking about high schoolers in grades 9 through 12 all across the country in both public and private schools. Those findings showing that a prolonged period of isolation and abnormalcy have taken its toll, and it's data CDC experts are calling a cry for help.
In an alarming new report released by the CDC, concrete data points to the havoc wreaked on teenagers during the pandemic. Almost 8,000 high schoolers from 128 schools across the country were surveyed a year after the pandemic's onset.
As we all know, the last 2 years have been incredibly difficult in so many ways, but especially on children and youth. They've faced huge disruptions in their own lives.
In the study, 44% of students reported feeling persistently sad and hopeless. 66% said they found it more difficult to complete their schoolwork. Many also reporting economic instability, with 1 in 4 experiencing hunger, and 29% had a parent lose a job.
I asked myself, do I need help? How should I know?
Claire Rainier was a high schooler in Alaska during the pandemic. She says over the years, she has felt sad, lost, and even turned to self-harm. In February, she testified before Congress about the hardships youth and teens like her are facing.
Each night I wondered what was wrong, and in hindsight, it is terrifying to know that I was physically harming myself and still unsure if I needed support.
Lawmakers and doctors heard her loud and clear.
It is absolutely critical that we are discussing mental health in schools, that we are building into our curriculum social emotional competence. We have the tools to build kids' resilience.
You cannot believe your child if they say they're okay. You have to pursue.
Jenny Dean Schmidt is a mother, author, and executive director of Channel Mom, whose mission is empowering parents to reclaim their voice with their children.
It's okay to reclaim their authority and say, hey, I've got some views on this. I've got some views on how to cope with this. I still believe in you. I still believe in your future. You need to speak that positive outlook into your child's life. And you also need to model it.
Yeah, she said communication was key. And Nicole, the CDC also putting a magnifying glass on abuse during the pandemic. I wanted to share a couple of those stats with you. More than half, 55% of students said they experienced emotional abuse from a parent or an adult in the household. And more than 1 in 10, we're talking 11% here, saying they had been physically abused during that time. And Nicole, the numbers when it comes to LGBTQ youth, those numbers are even higher.
Yeah, so hard to see these stats, Marky, but hopefully this will get people talking and then seeking help. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.